Hello guys, how you all doing? So today we are making beans porridge and we're having it with fried yam. So if you want to have this, make this kind of beans that doesn't make you fat always, try this method and thank me later. So I start by prepping my vegetables. I used green bell pepper, red bell pepper, onion, and carrots. Then in my blender, I used a piece of tomatoes. I, I also added a bit of the green bell pepper and the red bell pepper, garlic and ginger, then two bonnet pepper to blend. So here is my beans. I'm going to parboil these beans twice. This is the first parboiling of the beans. So I've blended my tomato mix, pepper mix. I set it aside. So now I'm washing after boiling for the first time, I'm washing the beans. I washed the pots, rinsed the pots, and I'm adding clean water into the pots for the second boil time. I'm going to cook it again the second time. Guys, this is a method you should try. This will make the starch out, the beans won't really make you fat too much. Some people don't like eating beans at night. This particular method, if you try this method, is a banger. You're going to love it. You will eat it at any odd hour you can. You can eat it in the morning, afternoon, night. Is nice. So I'm boiling this now the second time. You can see this is the water from the second one. So now I'm washing it off again for the second time. Now I'm going to wash off the pan as well and wash the beans. I'm rinsing the beans with cold water, not warm water. This flame you're seeing is from the hotness of the beans. So I set my beans after washing it. I set it aside. You can see the way I'm washing it, to rinse out all the what I am from the cooking. I don't know what to use from boiling it. So after rinsing, I set it aside. Now I'm going to prep my sauce for the beans. You can see the pepper mix here. I have my diced onion, my pepper mix. You can see that. And here I have my dried fish I've cleaned, and that's the parboiled beans. And also I have this is my crayfish, the big ones. I selected out the head, and I blend the head with the other little crayfish, and this is the crayfish powder. This is it, the little one and the head from the other big one. And here I have my cube, and here I have my palm oil. This is not Niger palm oil though, but that's what we have here from African market. And here I have my seasoning. I'm using paprika. I'm adding a little bit of cayenne pepper, and that's curry. Here's my salt, and here is I have dried pepper, blended pepper, just in case the one from the blended one is not enough. And here I have my dried thyme. I have dried thyme. So I'm starting off by adding in my palm oil into the pot. I just wanted to turn on the extractor so I don't get the house smelling oil. So I add in some oil in my pan. You can see the pan is ready for frying. So I added in some palm oil. You can see. Allow it to steam up a bit before adding in my onion. So now I'm about to add my onion. I'm taking my time for it to steam up a bit. So I'm going to add, see, I added a little bit to get to know if the oil is hot enough. So I adjusted the heat so it doesn't get burnt. So I'm adding not everything. I left a bit for later. So I added the onion. Now I'm stirring my onion. I allow the onion to cook a bit just to get, I love to allow my onion cook a bit to get that flavor from the onion into the oil or into anything you want to fry. You just allow the onion to marinate a bit for the flavor to come out. So after that, I think next thing I'm going to add in my pepper mix. Yeah, look at that. Looks so lovely. So I stir. I'm going to stir and stir and stir. So next, I added in the thyme, the dry thyme. I love herbs. I added in my thyme, a little bit of crayfish. Crayfish is very good for when you're cooking African dish. You can't do without it. So now I'm adding in the selected big crayfish. It's called prawns or shrimps. Added paprika, and next I added a little bit of salt, not too much for the first time. And next I added in my seasoning and I stir. After I stir up all the ingredients to allow everything steam well. So next, I'm going to cover this up and allow it to cook for a bit. After it's a little bit dry, I needed the pepper blend to fry and have this little dry, the liquid out of it. I wanted it to dry. And next I added in the fish because I want to cook the pepper mix with the fish to get that flavor into the fish before I can. Some people add it at the end of the, after frying, but I added mine now. So see, and now I added in curry and a little bit of cayenne pepper. Then I cover to cook. After it's cooked a bit, I open again to stir. I stir and stir and stir. You can see for everything to get in. I tasted the sauce to see how it is. Then now I'm adding in my vegetables. Look at how colorful this is. This is so, this beans is not your regular beans. This beans is one in town. Try this method and let me know in the comment section if it was a miss or you or a yeah. You're gonna love this. Cooking with your vegetables. Some people cook beans without vegetables, but these days you cook with vegetables to get every nutrient you can. Beans alone has its own nutrients, but adding in vegetables gives in more nutrients to you. It's healthy. So mind you, I'm not gonna cook this as I've added in my vegetables. I'm not gonna cook it too for a long time before adding in my beans. I just allowed it to cook a bit. Then I added in the parboiled beans. So now I'm adding in the parboiled beans and I add water. I allow the water to cover up the beans because I want it to be soft. Look at that. Just look at how colorful it looks. So colorful. Eh? Looking at it like this, it's like I should start eating it all, but I need to allow everything to cook properly. I need it to cook well. So I added in, I had to like stir and allow it everything to sit in. So you can see now I'm adding in the leftover onion. The onion I didn't add up last. So now I'm adding the onion. You know, this onion now is going to give it another flavor entirely, because this one I didn't fry this. It's going to give it a different flavor. So I cover this to cook. Look at that. Look at these beans. Can you see? This beans is cooked now. Look at these beans. It looks so yummy. Look at that. See the way it's cooking, it's boiling. Guys, if you love this video, give me a thumbs up and tell me if you're going to try it. Thank you. This with fried yam. Thank you.